Good evening, good evening, good evening. All right. Just running a little late. Apologies about that. Hope everyone's going to be starting very, very soon. All right, just need to make sure everything is streaming and coming through loud and clear. Okay, I think everything is coming in loud and clear. All right. Yes. All right. Perfect. Okay. Take my annoying headphones off. All right. So where are we? Where are we? All right. It's a big day today. Just fixing everything up. Going to be a pretty relaxed day. Go through all the awesome stuff. All right. I just need to set this up a little bit. All right. Great. And last but not least, all right, just start chucking in all your questions. And I'll do my best to answer them. Drupal CMS version 1. All right. Do a few more quick things. Okay. There's always a ton of stuff that needs to be done. All right, and last but not least, all right. And finally, going to start in a few minutes, a few seconds. And we're good to go. All right. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. On that end, need to do like that. All right, perfect. Done. All right, cool. All right. So I hope everyone's had a great day. It's been a big day for the Drupal community. Let me switch over main feed over to that. Hello, everyone. All right, let's just get started. This is pretty, I wouldn't say it's unplanned. It is very much planned, but all I'm saying is this is just a nice little get together for Drupal CMS. So we might as well just get started. Well, hello and welcome to this live stream, this important day. It is January 15th, and I do believe it's also Drupal's 24th birthday. Now, the last time I actually checked my age of my actual Drupal user account, I think it was like 14 years ago that I signed up on Drupal.org. So it's a teenager. But anyway, today's a big day. Drupal CMS version 1 has been released. Now, let me just quickly give you a quick recap of what has happened in the last 6 months just quickly, just so that we're all on the same page and I don't get comments saying, what's Drupal CMS? Is there a new version of Drupal? Okay. So what was it? 8 months ago, the Starshot initiative was announced to make a packaged version of Drupal. Drupal CMS is still Drupal itself, but it is a packaged version, and it's got some great things such as recipes, recipe support where you can add in functionality through config, automatic updates, a nice backend system, and all sorts of stuff. And the whole point of Drupal CMS is that it is a nice and easy way to get started with Drupal CMS. So my understanding of this, of the naming of things, because Drupal's always had this issue about figuring out, is it a framework or is it a product? Is that Drupal core, as we see here, is just what we used to call Drupal, which makes sense. Drupal core is the framework, if you call it that, and Drupal CMS is the nice packaged version that we're going to be looking at today. So, as I mentioned, this is a very relaxed stream. We're just going to go through it. There's a lot of things that are going to be new to me as well. So, and I'll do my best. If things break while I'm demonstrating, well, you're going to see me debug things. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, well, first let's check out the comments. All right, it looks like YouTube is the place to be. So if anyone's on any other stream, especially like LinkedIn, I know that LinkedIn can sometimes be a bit dodgy with the stream, or it was like that in the beginning. YouTube seems to be the most stable. All right, so a few comments. Hello, everyone. Okay, so first comment, Drupal, do not install via Composer. Okay, is that Drupal CMS or actual Drupal core? I haven't tried the Composer. I can see here right here, I can see Composer create Drupal CMS. No, we're not going to be installing it that way. We're going to be installing it using a download. Then there's no, all right, sounds great. Yep, hi, hi, hi. Everyone's hi, smiley faces, which is great. Hello, hello, hello. And then we have no web installation. All right, well, what I'm going to show you now is how to install it using the download. So the zip file. So if we head over to the CMS project, so Drupal CMS project, here, you've got a nice explanation and you do have a release. This is a version 1 release, which is absolutely awesome. So we've got this here. Now, if you click on this version 1, you will see a download. So this is this zip file. I'm going to go ahead and download it because there are pretty much 3 steps. Well, first of all, install DDEV. Okay, I'm not going to show how to do that because that's a whole other thing, but let me just quickly show you. So DDEV is a Docker-based environment, and it is kind of the standard now when it comes to Drupal sites, especially like the Drupal community, I believe, has adopted it as its choice of backend, development environments, which is great. And so I do recommend that you get this set up. I've got it working on a Mac, and I think also on Linux, but Windows, I don't have any support. So don't ask me for Windows support. All right, so one comment, no Composer, interesting choice. No, there is Composer. You can download it through Composer right here, but I haven't tested that out, that way out at this point. So I'm not going to just change at the last minute during this stream. But just with anything in Drupal, there's multiple ways to download it. So just download it whichever way you want. So make sure you have DDEV installed. And, oh, there's a comment saying that DDEV works with Windows. All right, well, there you go. Okay, that's great. It works. That's good. I've already gone ahead and downloaded it, got it all working. Well, DDEV. And here I've got a few things. So I've actually got version 1, did a quick test to make sure version 1 works. This is RC2, don't worry about that. But let me just extract this Drupal CMS and I'll call this one V1, okay? We come along in here and this is it, okay? We have our script that we can run here. And what we can do now is if I go into my list of goodies right here, all we need to do is open up the terminal. Let me just go into my terminal. What is that? Drupal CMS V1. I'll clear that so it's nice up the top. And all I need to do is run launch Drupal CMS.sha. And it should go ahead and do everything. So it's going to go ahead and just run DDEV start, and it's just a simpler way of just running one command. So I've already got Docker downloaded and DDEV set up. It's going ahead and just doing its thing. So just give that a moment. It doesn't take too long. And then in the meantime, what I might do is I will get, while it's downloading, where is it? All right. So we've got all of that. Now, let's open this up. All right. Let's open this up in a different browser. Now, this is the brand new installation page. So we've got this installation page and we can actually have it pre-configured. So let's select, say, blog. Okay. Click on next. And this is a Drupal blog. Put in a name. Then I can put in my account. So I'll just put in Ivan. This can all be changed. And then we click on install or finish. And it's going to go ahead and install. It's actually surprisingly quick. It is surprisingly quick. So let that install. And once that has fully installed, there we go. It has taken us straight to the page and we've got this nice backend, which is actually Gin. And we have this nice little fancy layout over here as well. So we have a lot of nice goodies that it gives us out of the box. And at this point, all we've done is just gone ahead and installed it. And that is it. Now, before we take a look at this, let me just quickly go through a few things with DDEV, because if you are using DDEV, there are just a few things I do recommend that you kind of get your head around. Okay, so quickly, if you just type in DDEV, you will get a whole bunch of commands. There's a ton of commands here. The two most important, I believe, are, so you have DDEV stop. This is going to stop it. But you're not going to lose any data unless you actually specify, I think, what is it? It says here, -- remove data. Okay. Now to start it again, just type in DDEV start. And it's going to go ahead and start it for you. And just give it a moment. And you should see it, okay? And it gives you a nice little URL right here. You can also type in DDEV, I think, status. That'll give you a bunch of URLs that you can access the site. You can actually access the project on a few of them. And to run Drush, you want to type in DDEV Drush. So that means it'll run it in the container. You can go ahead and just run it. That's the same as Composer. If you want to type in Composer, you can just go ahead and run DDEV Composer. If you want to type in, what is it? If you want to actually SSH into the Composer, I think it's DDEV. SSH. That gets you directly into the container. We can go out. If you want to go into MySQL, it's DDEV MySQL. That will take you straight into the database container. Then you can just go, what is it? Show tables, and you can knock yourself out and go look at all the tables. What else? I think that's the most important stuff when it comes to a whole bunch of commands. Another little cool command that I like to do is just run DDEV, especially if you're running things locally, ULI, which gives you a user login link. Of course, if I was just to click on that, it'll take me to, it'll log me in with my default browser, but I'm not using that during the stream. I use a separate browser. So I can come along in here and just paste that in, and it's going to log me in straight away. Well, I get an access denied. Let's do that again. Come along in here, copy this, and then it's just going to log me in, and I get a nice little one-time login. And that's just a great way of just, nice, quick and easy way to log in locally. People do it also online as well, but it's a nice way to log in locally. All right. Oh yes, there's a comment also, DDEV. The execution. It's another command you can run to execute things without SSHing in. All right. So let's take a quick look at what Drupal CMS gives us. Okay, so we do have a backend theme, a different theme. It's not Claro, it is Gin. So if you've ever used the Gin backend theme, this is it. We also have the new nav bar as well. You can see it comes in from the left-hand side. Things are a little more polished than, say, Drupal out of the box. And this is the stuff that you'd normally do when you're building out a project. So if you go to create, you'll see that you can create a user account straight away from create. You can create images, which are media types. You can also go ahead and create blog posts, basic pages, and things like that. So if we go ahead and create a About Us page, we can add in a description. About Us page and About Us page goes here. On the right-hand side, and I'll make sure my head isn't covering it. It's not really. We have workflow out of the box, URL aliases as well, so path auto and redirect module come as standard, which is great. I install it on every single Drupal site. We also have scheduling out of the box as well. We also have coffee, if anyone remembers coffee, okay? So that is where you can easily jump to particular pages. Similar to Alfred, Spotlight, Raycast, I think is the popular one these days. I don't know. By saying Alfred on the Mac, I'm showing my age because I've been using that for about 10 years. And so then if we come along in here and click on save, we have a Drupal site. All right, one comment. Drupal finally looks up to date, like it's 2010. Okay. All right. Not sure what that means, but at the end of the day, it's not really about the look and feel in Drupal because that can all be changed. A look and feel can just be it's just a theme. It's what's underneath. All right. So we've got this option. So we also have on the front end, I believe it is just standard Drupal theme, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to be changing the Drupal theme. So that is not important. All right. What else do we have? Well, as I mentioned, we have workflow. Out of the box, we also have, if we come along in here, we do have the ability to duplicate content. The other thing we have, and I have mentioned this before, so let me just quickly create another test page. Test page. Then we put another test page. Hit save. And when you click on delete, what it actually does is that it adds it to the trash. It doesn't automatically delete it. So So Drupal has like a trash can or a bin or whatever you want to call it. So pretty much like every OS, you do have some type of trash system. And so if we click on delete and we go to trash, we can go ahead and simply restore it, or we can purge it. And that actually works pretty well, because I've actually had this problem once where an editor came up to me and said, "Oh, can you restore this image?" No, I think it was pages. Yeah, they're like, "I deleted a whole bunch of pages. Can you just restore it from the trash bin?" And unfortunately, I had to tell him, it's like, Drupal does not have it. This was a long time ago, and I did think about it. It's like, well, why not? Why doesn't it actually have it? And there is a module now called Trash that you can install, and you can add trash bin to your Drupal site. So that is a very nice addition. So from media, you can see all of the available media items, which is great. And then we just have the standard stuff. So if you click on, so one thing I do want to mention is that if you do want to get access to the original links, so if you want to see structure, because I don't know, I'm not sure about this nav bar, because the last few days I have been kind of fighting against it. There's been times where I want to go to these, say, display modes, but I can't go to it. But if I go to structure, then display modes, then I can see it. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I do recommend. If you want to sometimes go to structure and you want to see what's available, then yeah, you just want to click on, say, configuration, and again, click on there, and then you can see everything that's available. And that, and that, and there, that's a bit of a top tip. All right, question. Okay, would like you to show us a demo of Drupal core itself. Well, it's not going to happen tonight. This is Drupal CMS. Yeah, I mean, that is, if pretty much every single live stream I've done beforehand has been a demo of Drupal core. But you know, not tonight. Sorry, tonight is Drupal CMS. It's Drupal CMS's night to shine. Yeah, because it is Drupal CMS release. So that's going to be the focus for this evening. All right. And another one, isn't that just publish or unpublish? Just different terminology. I believe you're talking about workflows. No. So let's take a look at that right now. So if you go to workflow, okay, yes, this is a very basic system, but what workflow allows you to do is that you can set up transitions. And you do have draft, published, and unpublished. And workflow then allows you to set up all these other transitions. Oh no, you meant trash. Well, technically, no. Well, okay. From a database standpoint, I would assume that yes, it is published or unpublished, but it does kind of treat it a bit differently. I do believe it places a extra base field on the database on a database table or something like that. I don't know the actual schema of it, but I do believe it's probably treated a little more than just a unpublished or published. All right, another comment. If this is not composer based, wondering how to update it. No, this is composer based. If you go, there is an actual composer download. I just wanted to make sure that it works correctly. And I just personally haven't tested out this composer way, so you can download it that way. So new theme Gin is by default. For Drupal CMS, yes, the backend, this is just the backend theme, is Gin. All right, so let's go back here. Let's go to structure. You do have a few extra things. You have dashboards, and that I believe is this dashboard up the top here. It's nice. Yeah. Adds, you can go in here and edit, and you can add in extra dashboards, which is great. What else do we have? Email templates. Now, I do believe a Symfony Mailer Lite comes out of the box, which is great. So you can go ahead and modify your emails. It's pretty useful. Pretty useful. And we have media types. It's great. Media is supported out of the box. SVG email. Oh, interesting. SVG images. Did not see that before. Interesting. Okay. I'll give that. Menus, standard Drupal stuff, taxonomy, and then we have views. Well, good old views. That's just standard old views. All right, appearance. Nothing much has changed here. We do have a few extra things. What is it? Yeah, just mentioned backend is Gin. But chances are you're going to change the front end to something else, such as Tailwind or what is it? Bootstrap, which is popular. Hey, all right. So let's now move over to installing and managing modules, because this is where some cool stuff has happened. Okay, the first one is we can browse and install modules. Now, I'm not fully across exactly how this works, because remember, this live stream is about just going through this stuff and the stuff that I know. So I'm not 100% sure if it actually modifies Composer at the same time. What we can do, if I can bring up, let me just bring up the code base just so that we've got it here. And hopefully we can actually see it all in action. Where is this? Drupal. All right. Now I've just opened this up in PHP Storm. Just let it index. Oh, it's going to sit there and index for ages, isn't it? Oh, PHP Storm. All right. So this is everything that we have right here. And it is going to absolutely wreck my CPU, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, let's just give PHP Storm a moment to work its magic, just so that everything is coming across. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, one comment. It seems installing modules is quite similar to WordPress now. Well, yeah, I mean, well, WordPress got it from other places as well. I wouldn't say it's WordPress only. Just having a project browser. That's about it. But that is one that I must admit, that is one pain point. Managing modules on Drupal is annoying. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is annoying. Like WordPress has that upper hand. You can just do automatic updates. It doesn't mean that you're free from bugs. I've had WordPress sites break because of automatic updates, but hey, it does make life a lot easier. All right, so we can come along in here. And of course, I'm not going to be able to show you how to do automatic updates because technically I need to wait for something to download and then update. But you can see here that we do have a whole bunch of projects. And you may have noticed that on the project page, now there are icons for a lot of these projects. And you can see it's got this nice little install. So if we go and let's download one of these, which one do we want to? Oh, there was back here, Field Group. I like Field Group. Let's go ahead and download Field Group. Where is it? Field Group. All right. Let's just click on install. and it's going to go ahead and installed. There we go. So now we have field group. So that is how easy it was to just simply install it. You just click on it and install. Now, my question is, let's take a look. Field group, field group, field group. Where does this actually... I know it probably goes into modules, contrib, field group. It's there. But where does it... Let me try. See, chances are... Interesting. Okay, it's there, but is it a dependency already? Field group is a requirement of Drupal CMS. Oh, okay. SEO tools. Anyway, all right. So, all right. So we can go ahead and search our stuff. Now, the other thing, okay, so that is just projects and modules. Works pretty well. Now we have recipes. This is the stuff that I'm pretty excited about. Hopefully this will mean that I can install functionality, build functionality once and be done with it. And that is it. And just do it once, build it, and then package it nicely. So recipes is kind of like, if you remember features, where you can just download and package content types and fields together into a module. This is what kind of recipes is, but recipes itself, if we take a look at the code, I've actually played around with it. It's pretty cool. Recipes, you do have a lot here. Now these are, well, these are the standard ones, but it essentially ships a bunch of config in a YAML file. And I was able to get it working at a basic level, but then all this other stuff, it's like, okay, I need to get my head around it, need to look at it further. But what we can do is if we go back here, we can go ahead and say, well, actually, I want events. So I can go ahead and then just click on install, and it's going to go ahead and install that recipe. So that means now I've got kind of content types. Now I should see event. There you go. Quick and easy. That was actually very quick and easy. And I do hope that over time, we just have a nice collection of recipes. If you want to add in some type of course functionality, add a recipe. If you want to add in some profile, or I don't know, what is it? User profiles, user accounts, or just some type of complex thing, install a recipe and you're done. All those little things, just you can package them in a nice way. I just don't want to rebuild the same Drupal site over and over again, which seems to happen a lot. I don't know about you, but I seem to be creating a lot of Drupal sites, just the same Drupal sites on and on and on. And where are those recipes? They should be profile, Drupal, event sites. It's got to be somewhere here. It's got to be somewhere here. Contrib, Drupal CMS, event. Let's type in events, doc recipes. Actually, all right. Uninstall. There's a question about uninstalling recipes. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. If we come here, uninstall. No, you can't. You'll just have to probably, I think you can just go ahead and pretty much delete whatever it creates. So it doesn't lock you in like installation profiles do. So let me just quickly search for that. Where is that? Oh, recipes up the top here. There we go. I was going to look for it. Oh, here we go. All right. So here are the recipes. So you can see, oof, there is a lot. There is a lot. Okay. Oh, Drupal CMS AI. Okay. I did not see this one. Maybe this was just recently put in. But I don't want to have a play with that right now because I've got things to be able to show you how to use this stuff. Anyway. So yeah, these are where all the recipes are. You can see that it also does ship in default products. Oh, sorry, default content as well. Does it? Oh, it does. All right. That's pretty cool. So on top of that, it puts in default content. Okay. And a nice little leaflet. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Discovering all these little cool things. All right. That is actually pretty cool. And then of course we have tests. And that just tests it. And you can see you have Composer here, which manages. Okay, so in the recipes, you have Composer, which then manages the dependencies for it. And then you have the actual recipe.yaml, which then just ships everything across. Add nodes to, and then this. So it looks like you can actually override bits of config from other modules. Huh. I wonder how easy it is to actually develop this locally and then just, I'm wondering if you can just run like a generate recipe command. I did see somebody talk about a drush command where you can generate recipes because that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Anyway, this recipe stuff does look good. Does look good. All right. So that is the recipes. That's okay. Well, let's now take a look at the AI stuff. That's all the interesting stuff. Well, shouldn't say that. I mean, look, Drupal community needed Drupal CMS, okay? It needed some type of nice packaged version of Drupal because we've had distributions and installation profiles for so long. But they were difficult to use because especially distros and installation profiles, you were locked in to a specific installation profile and it was very hard to move off it. Very hard to move off it. So it's good to see that, yeah, we do have a nice working version of Drupal they can install out of the box. Let's just hope hosting gets a little cheaper. So I can get nice Drupal hosting for, not like 50, 60 bucks a month. All right, let's now go to extend and let's search for AI. We have a lot of AI modules right here to play around with. So up the top here, we have AI, and this gives us the CKEditor integration, content suggestions, all these other things, all these things. What I want to focus on are these agents, because this is where you can actually talk to Drupal and get Drupal to build things. Okay, this is the interesting part. So what I'll do is I will go through my recipe, no pun intended, on setting this stuff up. So what I'm going to do is set up or use the OpenAI provider. And I do know that to kind of get things working, all you need to do is install the AI extras, form integration. Well, let's just do that stuff. What else do we need to do? And I do believe it is, let's also do the AI agents explorer and AI chatbot. There we go. Install. And then it's just going to go ahead and install all the other dependencies. So we don't have to worry about selecting every single module. Because when it comes to Drupal modules, there's always about 5 or 6 different modules you need to install and make sure the dependency is correct and things like that. All right. So now if we go to configuration, we have a few options down here. First thing we need to do is set up a provider. I'm going to go for OpenAI, and you need to set up the key. So go ahead and get yourself an API key. You need an actual OpenAI API key, and you do need to give over your credit card. I don't think they have free. Maybe they do, but I think well, they used to give you credit if you put your credit card on, I believe. Anyway, have a look at it. I'm going to go ahead and create a key. I'll call this one, well, OpenAI key, and let me just pop the key in on a different screen. Don't want everyone to see my actual key. I will revoke it anyway after this, but better to be safe than sorry. All right, let's pop that back in. Now, one thing I do like about these keys is that if you do click on edit again, you do get another step that tells you be careful. I know on other CMSs that I've done videos on, WordPress, sometimes when you're using a product key, it's just there in plain sight sometimes. And they don't obfuscate it or anything. And it's like, oh, I need to edit that out in post, or you just have to avoid it if you're doing a live stream. So that's a nice little step. All right, so we've done that. Make sure you come back here, refresh, and you should see your actual key. So this keys system, if you come along in here, systems, if you go to configuration, sorry, keys, this is there is a module called keys that helps you just manage your actual random keys in Drupal, which is great, which is actually very useful. All right, got that. We've set up our keys right here, saved it, open AI. Let's go back here. And what we need to do is we need to go under AI assistance. And let's click on add AI assistant. And I'll call this one Drupal site builder. Now, if I'm doing this wrong, if the maintainers are watching and saying I'm doing it wrong, let me know, because this is just, I literally just figured this stuff out. Well, this stuff in particular, just yesterday. I was able to sit down and force myself. It's like, yep, I'm going to be showing some of this. I need to show the people how to set this stuff up. You can come along here and also create extra instructions, because this is actually interesting. You may want to, on a large Drupal site, you may want to have multiple AI assistants. One for managing content, the other one for actually site building, and you can come along in here and put in your extra instructions. You can see your providers down here, but the most important thing up the top here, well, here we go, agent actions. This is where you specify your agents. So the modules that we installed actually come with agents. So if we go into our code, apologies, I will be looking at code a bit because that's stuff I'm interested in as well. How all this stuff works. Contrib, our agents, source, plugins. You can see here we do have the taxonomy, field type. We have these ones as well. So this is the one that actually manages content types, fields, taxonomy. Then we have our extra modules over here. We can create web forms. That's awesome. Manage modules, and there is views. I did test this view one out. I don't think it's 100% there yet. But just remember, this is just going to get better over time. And the more we use it, the more we give feedback, the more we contribute, it's just going to get better and better. Then you have other ones here. And this is for And this one's the form integration. Access relies on that. Yep, access to create new fields requires, and that's for creating fields. All right, okay. So, all right, so that's the code part. Let's now go ahead and just install everything. Why not? And click on save. All right. So we've got this AI assistant. All right. We go back into AI here. We do have our options. Well, let's go back here into default settings. You do have your settings over here that you can adjust things. If, audio to audio, it probably tries to figure out what it supports. So OpenAI only supports these ones. So that's why these are all selected by default. Then your agents here, okay? So we have the field type agent. You can configure a few extra things. There's a lot of configuration here. There's a lot to get your head around. And I would love if somebody did an actual deep dive presentation on this stuff. Just so you can get kind of an overview of how it actually works. Because one thing I've realized is that when you work with these AI stuff, it's kind of like a black box. It just goes in, comes out. You don't really know what's happening. And yeah, it would be good if you can just kind of get somebody can just take us through a process of, okay, so if you want to modify this by hand, this is what you do. Blah, 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 blah. It goes through. All right, so you got that stuff. The other thing you do here, and that's why I installed it, was the AI Agent Explorer. This is great for debugging things, because what you can do is, let's come along in here. Let's use the module enable. If we come into explore, we can say, return a list of modules starting with AI underscore. And it's going to go ahead, we're going to run the agent. And this is a great way of just testing things out. You can see that it actually does multiple steps. It's still working. It's going ahead. So it runs starting, and then at each point, it gives you some information. And then it returns information about it, which is pretty cool. Which is actually pretty awesome. We can also say, return a list of modules focusing on image handling. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Is this going to tell us? Well, that is very vague though. So status. All right. Let me see. I am kind of covering. Let me remove. I'm going to disappear now from the feed. So you can see here. Well, let me just zoom in. I should have zoomed in. All right, so we can see that. So that's a question response. The available modules focusing on image handling in your site, image, CKEditor, SVG, focal point, crop, response. Okay, that is pretty cool. Okay, that is awesome. And return in a list format. Always have to explain that. Please remember, you want to be nice to your AI overlords. Let's see what happens. It's going to go there. Hey, there we go. Image, CK editor 5, responsive images, focal point, SVG image, crop API. There you go. There you go. That is pretty useful. That is very, very useful. All right, I'll bring myself in. So as you can see, you can just ask these questions. So this Explorer stuff is pretty useful. All right, So we've set things up. We've set up the, what is it, AI assistant. All right, now before we go, okay, question. Can these AI agents be used to debug existing issues? Huh. Well, you could, debug. Depends what you mean by debug issues. Because if it's an actual PHP bug and is producing fatal errors, then you might have issues running this because it's just going to fatally error out on you. So you could probably ask a questions. I think it's more, I would say no. I think it's more about just asking questions about the site and also getting it to do things on the site. Now, it can't do anything and everything. Like, it can't do a whole bunch of stuff. But it can create like content types, fields, create taxonomy terms. You can't create content at this point, which I did test out. And then I was wondering, why can't it create content? And then I read here, note, this agent cannot create or edit nodes as in content. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah. All right, so let's turn on the chatbot, because at this point, we don't have a chatbot. Yes, we can go all ahead in here. We can ask questions, but it's not that useful when it comes to just using it around, okay? Because you need to come in this particular section. So to install the chatbot, all you do is come along in here and let's just add it to the main content. Well, actually, let's just add it to Gen. This is important. So you need to add a chatbot as a block to a region. Now, if you add it to the default theme, this is going to add it to the front end. I want to add it into the admin section. So select Gen, add content, and then you want to select deep chat. Deep chat is just a nice chat JavaScript library. If you click on AI chatbot, it is going to tell you that to use the deep chat. Anyway, so use the deep chat. And you can specify little things like hello. You can put in little messages. And I think there's advanced stuff, styling, that it can all be adjusted. And now we have this. All right, let me just fix this up because I'm covering it. What I'll have to do is, give me a moment, need to. All right, need to move myself over there. Now, can I actually reverse my, I'm trying to figure out in flip horizontally. Okay. All right, there we go. Done. There we go. Hey, I've now just flipped myself. So I'm opposite, but I'm looking in the right direction. Yeah. All right, cool. So maybe we need to probably just scoot this up a little bit so you can all see it. All right. So here we have a nice little chatbot. There we go. It's probably the best way so you can all see it nice in the feed. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. All right. Awesome. So now we have, all right, so questions. Okay, it would have been nice learning to create agents with more specific business logic. What type of business logic? I'd be curious to know, like, when you say business logic, because it really depends, like, what's your website? I think at this point, it comes down to what you want. It's kind of like, your Drupal site. Every Drupal site's different. I do believe when it comes to these AI agents, every AI agent or assistant is going to be different. Depends on your content. All right, so what we can do here is, where is my awesome prompt that I wrote? So what I'll do is I'll create a new Scratch file here, plain text, and I'll copy over this. All right, so let's copy this across. Now, how do I do this? Where is this word wrap, text, view? Come on, there must be something here for word wrapping in PHP Storm. Maybe it's right click. I'm always trying to figure, oh, here we go. No, not field. Oh, normally I don't deal with this stuff. Anyway, all right. Let's just expand like this. All right, cool. So here I've got a prompt that pretty much explains that what I wanted to do is create two content types. So one called course, the other one called lesson. And we're also going to give it a few fields. We're also going to create a vocabulary, such as course category, with these values. So let's actually break this down. So can you please create a course system in Drupal, which will consist of a course content type, lesson content type, and also up the top here, we have, and also a course category vocabulary, create the vocab with the terms, create a course content type with the following. And you do want to be as specific as possible. That's one thing I've realized with machine name, field type, and that's the same for that one. And can you please go ahead and create taxonomy vocabulary in fields? All right, so we've got all of that. And let's chuck this over into here. So this is a pretty lengthy. Let's give it time. It did take about 20 seconds last time I ran it. And so let's just give it a moment. All right, another question, exactly like Drush commands, passing arguments through the chat or telling it anything you want, and it figures out corresponding or supporting arguments. Well, at this point, well, that's interesting. I don't know, because it needs to support agents, like the actual AI agent. So right now, when we were setting up the AI assistant, we had it select a bunch of agents to work on particular things. All right, something did go wrong. Let's try that again. Maybe we need to break it down. Let's try this again. It's gone ahead. And maybe I just gave it too much. It did work yesterday. Let's see. Live demos. Oh, we actually did create the lessons. It did create the lessons. Retry last instructions. It's going to go ahead. Let's see. Oh no, something did go wrong. All right, let's take a look. So you went ahead and created it. Okay, that's fine. Then under course, went ahead and created that. Okay, so it did work. Then if we go into taxonomy, it did go ahead and create everything. So I don't know why it's complaining about it. All right, now this is a great time to have a look at content AI decisions. So you can see all of the decisions that were made here. So, okay, it did work. That's the most important thing. It worked. If we take a look here at the agent decisions, you can see here that it did go ahead and it went ahead and created everything. So it worked. But this is a great way to actually see how things are run. So if we come along here, okay, this is, which one's this? The field. These are the questions. So the prompt is this. It's a pretty epic prompt. Well, that's massive. Then it generates in a particular format. Okay, so it gives it my information. Then it generates in a specific format, adds a label. Then the action is manipulation. So this then must, so if we take a look here, now that's the field name. Node lesson already exists. Oh, okay, interesting. So it failed because of that. All right, cool. Let's now ask it to create, okay, please create a content type called project with a description field. And then I'll give it, what is it? Let's say, if I can spell it, machine name, field underscore, no, let's call it project description. All right, let's try that. Let's make it simple. So it's going to go ahead and let's give it a moment. Let's give it a moment. All right, cool. It's gone ahead and created it for us. We can see here, yep, you've created it. All right. Okay. Perfect. It's gone in there. And we have this particular field. Awesome. All right. It's done it for us. Now we can go one step further. Well, actually, why type? I'm going to use my, what is it? I do have a voice, what is it? Voice to text here app on my phone, on my computer. Can you please create a taxonomy vocabulary called project category and create the following terms? Drupal, WordPress. Then on the project content type, can you create an entity reference field that points to the project category taxonomy vocabulary? Now, I'm not sure if that's vague or too vague. All right, okay. So, yep, then on the project content type, create an entity reference that points to the project category. This field should be called, what is it? Project category with the machine name of field underscore project underscore category. All right, let's do that. So it's going to go ahead and hopefully it will create everything for us. Let's give it a second. And so asking it, all right, there we go. Okay. So now if we refresh, we've got a project with our categories. Great. So we can go ahead here and go to project and have that. All right. On the project content type, can you change the project category field widget to the select list widget instead of the autocomplete? Okay. Oh, and move project category below description. Let's see if that does it. Let's see if that does it. So have a little chit chat. So right now I've told it to change the widget and also reorder it. I did actually do it though. All right, okay, you can change. No. I'm asking you to change it. Now it's arguing with me. This will change. No. Can you please make the change for me? Let's see. This is why it's important to just double check and read this. There you go. It kind of like gives up. Yep, I've reordered it. That's why you need to read it. There we go. And this did not change. Interesting. Okay. All right, that is still not a, wait, what is the actual term? Content types, actual widget, you reorder it. Maybe I need to give it the actual specific. Oh, wait, no, where is it? Autocomplete. What is it? Select list. Yeah, I gave it a select list. Okay. So, all right. That's fine. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. It's important to actually read the response that you get from it, because sometimes it can be a bit apprehensive. It's like, no, here, this is how you change it. It's like, well, no, you tell me how to change it. That's the point. All right. So, things are coming along nicely. Let's now go back to our setup. So we have course. So we can create a test course here. Well, let's just close this off. Okay. How to install Drupal. Right, I'll select Drupal and click on save. That's fine. Let's go here. Lesson. What is Drupal? And got the course here as well. So that is how to install Drupal. That's great. And okay, let's just save that. Let's go back here. I wanted to use a different widget here. Now, last time I did this, it actually worked. Okay, let's try this again. Right, no. It's gonna, yeah, it's on the lesson content type. Can you change the video field widget to use the media library widget? On the course? Yeah, on the course content type, can you change video field widget? I probably need to be very specific, don't I? What's the field name? I totally forgot. Oh, lesson video. There we go. Let's change that. Where is it? Can you change the field widget to use the media library? Oh, let's see. Goes ahead, makes our changes, and let's see if this actually has been successfully updated to media library. All right, so if I now refresh, oh, there we go. It's now all of a sudden a media library. There you go. So that worked. Nice. That is awesome. All right, let me try this one more time. On the lesson content type, change the field course. Is that the correct machine name? What's the machine name? Yeah, field course widget to select list widget. All right, let's see if that works. So I want to change this autocomplete to a select list. Does its thing. All right, has been, okay. To a select list. Oh, it has. Oh, there we go. All right. So it seems, yeah, you just need to be very specific. Well, that's one thing I've learned with AI. You need to be specific, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right. That is awesome. All right, let's now have a quick play with the other options. Where's web form? There is web form here. Is web, let me check. Is web form installed? You know what? Let's just do everything through AI. Is web form installed? It seems you're asking, yep, is not installed. Can you install web form? Please. All right, can you install web form? See how this goes. All right, can you install web form? Can't. Oh, no. Please try again. Right, now I'm curious. I am curious. Let's have a quick look. Readability, extra. All right, warnings. That's fine. Scroll all the way down. That's a select list. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Why did this fail? Okay. Given enable. Oh, so it's there, is it? All right. Oh, okay, it's there. No, that's fine. That's fine. All right, it's there. All right. Can you create a web form called job application with a text field labeled name and just a description field? I don't know, let's just give it something like that. All right, can you create a web form? Let's call it web form called drop description with a text field labeled title and a text area field called description. Let's see if this works. Let's give it a moment. No. You can place it. To create, no. Can you create it? All right, now I want you to create it. Because I did turn on the web form agent. Okay. Yeah, it has been created. So now if I refresh, no, it hasn't been created. Okay. Close enough. It's all right. That is all right. So it at least gives me steps. There you go. There you go. All right. So, I mean, that's the AI stuff. I think for me as a site builder, the biggest thing is being able to streamline the creation of fields and content types. If you can kind of get that working, even if you can get 80% of it done, that'll just make life so much easier. So much easier if you can just get in there and, you can just go ahead and just build things for you. They'll make life very easy. Very easy. All right, let's just I'll move myself back in. There we go. I'm in the right area. Okay, so now, okay, questions. Okay, imagine building a site. Yes, yeah, that is true. Imagine building a site in a meeting, or no, even better, you record a requirements meeting. That's what you want. You want to record a meeting, and based off the discussion, have AI generate a summary for you, and just goes ahead and just creates the sites for you, which is going to happen. I can guarantee it's going to happen. We're not that far away from it. Just record everything. All right. Now, I think, yeah, the last thing, how long have we gone for? Okay. So the last thing I want to kind of touch on is ECA. So that is another pretty cool module. Yeah, hopefully the client doesn't undermine the pricing. Yes. Well, you still need to manage and maintain the website, trust me. As soon as you start making changes to it, you're going to have to, yeah. There's still a few things involved in building a site. All right, let's take a look at ECA. ECA is a pretty cool module. ECA comes with Drupal CMS. Now, it's been around in the Drupal world for a while. It stands for, what is it? Event Condition Action, ECA. Event Condition Action, yeah. Where you can set up workflows. So what you can do is set up workflows. Okay, all right, that's up. It's not the best example. Let me go back. Let's set up this workflow. You can see here we have a workflow like this. We can set up all these different types of workflows. Now, this one's actually pretty cool because this one actually adds in the duplicate functionality. So this functionality right here, I was shocked when I saw this. I would honestly think this was a custom module or some type of contrib module, but no, this was all implemented using ECA. Let me just close all these. Let's clean up the tabs. Yeah, this was all implemented using ECA, which is absolutely awesome. I was very surprised when I saw this. Yeah, great comment. Love ECA, but haven't understood it very well. That's the same with me. I love it. I love the idea, but sometimes I really get stuck using it. But what I want to do is, I haven't tested this out, but I do have an idea on what I want to do, because today's all about just playing around with things and just having fun with it. I want to implement ECA to go ahead and generate a summary for me of a blog post. Let's do that, shall we? I'm kind of a bit, I don't know, a bit worried if it doesn't work out, but let's do it. Why not? Why not? I have done it before, but let's do it. Let's do it. All right, let's first move this block out of the way, just so it's not in my way. Where is it? Gin. Let's disable it. All right. All right, so let's go ahead here. I think we do need to install ECA. Content endpoint. That's fine. AI, where's the AI stuff? AI integration. Cool. All right, let's do that. All right, so let's install that. And what I'll do is, let's go into content types. And let's go to, use a basic page. Let's just go blog post. And add a new field. What am I doing? Why am I doing this by hand? Oh, honestly, when you think about it, to create one field, it's just I'd write more and click more by telling AI than actually just doing it. Sometimes it's better just to do it yourself. All right, formatted, long. What is it? Formatted. Oh, let's do formatted long. Yeah, why not? All right, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, I did it the old-fashioned way. Ugh, I feel dirty by having to actually type it. All right, cool. So that is that, and we have a list summary here. All right, perfect. Okay, that's cool. So let me go ahead and first of all, where's my? Let me get some test content. All right, just one sec. I need to find some test content. Okay. So what is Drupal? What is Drupal? And what I'm going to do is I just generated some test content right here. And there we go. All right. All right, that's fine. No, publish. And there we go, publish. Done. All right, perfect. All right, so we've done all of that. Perfect. All right, now what we need to do is set up. So what I essentially want it to do is on save, grab this content, summarize it in point form, and then list it out here. That's it. That's it. Okay. Can we use ECA and OpenAI to achieve that? I know it's possible. I've done it before a while ago, but ECA is one of those things that if you're not using it every single day, it's just oh yeah, the UI can be a bit fiddly. So what I'll do, let me switch over to the other side. There we go. On the other side, because I know it's all going to be on the right-hand side. I really should leave my camera on the other side. Anyway, let's go here. And we need to create, so I'll call this one, what's this? Generate list summary. Save. Okay. Let's put it in action. Select, what is this? Pre-save. So pre-save content. So when it's new or existing gets saved. And the content type will be blog post. Then we need to put in an action, which is get a body field. But in the meantime, we need to put a condition in. So what's that condition? Field value. So I do believe, so we need to put in a field. So field value is empty. So field value, what's the actual field name? What did I call it? List summary. All right, cool. Copy that across. So come along in here. Field value is list summary empty. So there we go. Is it empty? Oh, didn't know that you could do that. You can pop that up there. That's pretty cool. So is list, no, not, wait. is list summary list. No. Is list summary empty. All right. So that means that is the summary empty. It checks it. All right. And it checks it. All right, cool. So then it grabs the body. So task. So this will be, it's a task. Get field value. That's right. Get field value. And the field name will be description. And we'll give it description content. So we do need to give it a token name. And this token then will be used later on. Important, okay? This token is important. ECA utilizes tokens a lot. So this will be used a lot. All right, let's save that. Then we need to create another one. And this is AI generate summary. And what's this one called? Chat embedding AI. Which one is it? It must be. Is it the chat one? Add your prompts. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So what we need to do here is let's select GPT for what is it? 4.0 input. Please provide the token without the bracket. So this is our actual token input. So this will be description. Oh, what is that? It'll be this one. So we're passing in this value, and the results should be summary. So everything that gets specified out of that. And then we need to, so we'll leave that specific for the model. Let's leave that out for now. And what I'll do, this is the prompt. It can't be empty. Yep. Understand. And this will be, oh, what is it? No, not that. Where's my, please provide a list of, oh no, let me do that again. Where's my speech to text? What did I? Please generate a list summary of the following description. So we've added that little prompt down here. So please generate a list summary of the following description. So we can put in body text or something like that. I always keep changing the way these things are. And then put the token in there. And this needs to be a token. Then please return a list summary of 5 items in HTML format. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. So input. And then this can come along in here. So let's see if this works. All right, save. All right. Now, what we can do is we can go ahead, then we can save value in field. Well, save list summary. So what is it? Set field. What is it? Set field. Machine name will be, no, oh wait, let's go back here. Oh no, it'll be, what is it? Field. Field, what is it? 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 It should be list field list summary, and the value should be description. Is it description? Oh, no. Actually, no. It should be this. And I guess just save the entity. The trim, don't trim, strip. No, that's right. It's all done. And done. All right, cool. All right, let's see if this works. So what we've done on save. So what is that? On entity, no, on content. Let me start again. Pre-save, content entity, blog post, checks to see if the field is empty. So the field needs to be empty. It then grabs the description field. So we need to grab that field and then adds it to the token of description content. Then we pass it over to OpenAI. And the results, so whatever OpenAI gives us, will come out as AI summary. And this is the prompt. Then we need to use the set field value back into list summary using the value of field value. And then we just finally set it to like save. And what I like to do is just chuck in a message. What is it? Just so I know that it's been run. AI ran, but it doesn't mean it's saved. All I know that this process has run. Like, that's just a nice little way of testing that out. All right. Whew. Okay, let's test this out. Oh, if this works, I deserve a drink. Well, not alcohol, but maybe coffee. No, it's too late for me. All right, let's give this a go. So if we go to content, so what is Drupal? Come along in here. We need to make sure this is empty. Let's make sure it's empty. Hit save. So now it's going to go off. Hey, it's changed while. Oh, interesting. All right. This is interesting. Node has changed while being supported. All right, cool. So what we probably need to do. Oh, okay. I think it's this. Let's set this to no. Oh, so it did run, did it? All right, let's set this to no and see if that does it. It did fire off. See, this is where, yeah, it's just so close with this entity, with this ECA stuff. Okay, it's got to go ahead. All right, cool. It's saved. All right, so I think it was the saving. And then we come along in here. And we have a list. All right, it needs to be styled, but. All right, there you go. There you go. So that worked. Nice. So now, okay, what is it? Yeah, I mean, you could do a whole bunch of things. So comment is, should you only run it if the field, if it changes? Um, yeah, I mean, well, actually, that comes down to content requirements. Because sometimes you may want to make a slight change here, but you don't want it to fully regenerate a summary. So what happens then? See, this is where sometimes automation can get a bit tricky. That like the question, so there's a question about should we set it up so that if anything changes in content here, that it automatically generates a summary. And it's like, well, I always like to go down a path of you want to be able to control exactly when this automation is run. I think that's probably the best way. And it's just best because, yes, you may want to update a new summary when you change this content, but you may also want to just fix up a comma or something. And it's like, is it worth then spending the money, spending the time, having a new summary generated? Because sometimes, because, the thing with AI is that it sometimes generates great content the first go, but the third or fourth or fifth time, it just generates terrible content. And sometimes what I do is I often ask AI all these prompts and he generates some great stuff for me. And I'll quickly grab that, copy that out, keep it because I know I probably won't get that back. So it's all these little things that, that's a great question. It's like, when do you define, when do you want to run it? So here we can chuck in a few extra things. We can hit save. So we can do that. We can empty it out. And it's going to go and run again. And it's going to generate everything for us. But then we can come back in here and be like, oh, well, actually, I want to put an extra, comma here. And it's just going to save it. And you can straight away see how much quicker it is. It's quickly saved it. So yeah, I mean, this AI stuff is, I've actually been thinking of a few things that I can build out for my content stuff, utilizing a lot of this stuff. Especially this like ECA, things like trying to, generate like often what I do with these live streams is I grab I grab the transcript, then I try and generate a list summary of a transcript, which then by hand, I still go through the video to generate the chapter markers because the chapter time codes, I've tried to use AI for it. It just does a terrible job at it. Does a terrible job. It's so much better if I do it by hand. All right. The question is, well, I was saying if other fields are changed, then it will run the AI at the expense when the field description didn't change. But yes, maybe a checkbox. Well, right now, if you can change all the other fields, as long as the list summary is there, it's not going to run. But to answer your question, yes, these are the discussions you need to have when you're building out this type of automation. It's like, when do you run it? And that's a decision you need to make, which can be sometimes very difficult. But if I was to go and change any content, any piece of content here, like for example, here, 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 and here, as long as this summary is there, then it's not going to go through. It's not going to go through OpenAI and charge us half a cent or something, or however expensive it is. So that's why I wanted to put in that condition. Yes, you don't want it to always go out and ping your servers because it's just going to waste money, really. And then somebody's going to write some script to then batch update 10,000 pieces of content. And then all of a sudden you're going to see, why is our OpenAI bill so expensive? Oh, that's right. We forgot we have this automation that automatically updates content and things like that. And yeah. But see, yeah, automation, it's great until it fails. So yeah, there's, there are a lot of things. Like, what else, man? Yeah, chuck in your questions. I mean, I'm kind of out of ideas now. So, well, let's just go and what is it? What is it? What is it? Extend. Go through these ones, eh? Password compatibility, workspace. Let's install a few of these. So AI Explorer, logging, validation, translate. All right, let's go that. Well, what was that? AI Explorer. Go in there. All right, question. How easy is it to modify the front end from a new user's point? Well, nothing much has really changed on that, unfortunately. It's all just front end theming. So you will have to just download a new theme and modify things and adjust it accordingly. So I think for this version of uh, Drupal CMS, nothing much has really changed. Understand that this is just stock standard Drupal. Like from a technical standpoint, which I realize that maybe I'm focusing too much on the technical side, because the whole thing about um, Drupal CMS is that it's meant to be for the ambitious site builder. But if we take a look at where is Composer, this is where is it? It is stock standard Drupal to a certain point, and it's just, see, it even uses the Drupal core recommended package, and then it just chucks in all of these extra things, and that's it. So it is quote unquote Drupal. So you're not really locked in into anything. And and that's the good thing about this. This is something that where distributions and installation profiles, like I was a bit burned by them in the past, where I was put on a project to use it. They wanted to move away from an installation profile, and it was an absolute nightmare to get off it. You had to change so many things. But here, you could essentially remove all of these recipes, and that's the thing about recipes. That's my understanding of it. And if I'm incorrect, please let me know. But my understanding of recipes is that you can install it, and you can delete the modules and not care about it, because it is a one-time install. It gets installed, and that's it. But you can't simply just uninstall things. Yeah. Okay, but seriously, another question. Can we use AI to create a sub theme and tweak it? At this point, I don't think so. But if you really want AI to build your front end, create a headless Drupal site. I'm serious. Go to bolt.new, and then just ask it. What is it? Is it bolt.new? And ask it, create a Astro blog using a Drupal backend. There you go. You can have it. I'm actually thinking, I'm thinking of actually doing that. Of doing a live stream about that, like just doing it, and that way you can just not worry about Drupal's front end. If you really want AI, I can guarantee it that will come out soon to create a theme, because especially with the new experience builder, that's the stuff that's going into Drupal. It's like a layout builder. Themes will be very, how can I say it? Like, you will have components. You have separate components in the theme. So yeah, you could eventually use AI to generate that stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So what did we do? Where did we get up to? All right. No, we did that. Installed a bunch of, here we go. That's right. This stuff. let's take a look at this stuff. AI Explorer. So when you install the AI Explorer, it generates this stuff. Yeah, I don't really want to run this in a live stream. Don't really know what I'm going to get back with this text to image. Sorry. Let's have a look at this. So this is just a, what is it? What am I looking at here? All right. Okay. All right. So user prompt. So this is just a helpful prompt. Okay. All right. Let's just run. Okay. I don't know. What is the fastest? What is the fastest production car? I don't know. Just ask it something. All right. It's a Bugatti. All right. It's the fastest car. Oh, okay. Oh, this is actually pretty cool. Gives you, hey, I like this. Good job with this. Gives you actual example code that you can just grab and do it yourself. That is awesome. Okay. And then raw code. Another way. Oh, okay. So this way is one way. Okay, this is pretty cool. So it gives you a nice explanation on how to actually implement this using custom code. Okay. I like this. And you can select your other options there. You can select all that stuff. All right, very good. And then you can upload this stuff and generate. Oh, okay. You can upload audio files. Let me see if I've got an actual audio file that I can upload. Let me find one. Because I have been playing around with this stuff. Let me try and bring this up. But I do know this Whisper does have a limit of 25 meg for audio, which is very annoying. which is very, very annoying because I've been trying to upload like huge hour-long. Not that one. No, I don't have any audio. Ah, that sucks. All right, please it goes against. Nah, anyway, no, I don't have anything. Don't have any audio available at this point. All right. So the next one is, let's take a look at, what is it? CKEditor. So if we go along in here, let's go into configuration. It'll be text formats editors, configure, and let's turn on. Where is that CKEditor stuff? Oh, it must be this AI. There we go. Put that over there. AI tools, generate. Oh, okay. Nice. Turn that on. Reformat. Fix spelling. Tone, summarize. And fix spelling. Yeah, why not? Translate. All right, that's pretty cool. And you can select different providers. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay. All right. Well, no, let's actually select an existing piece of content. This is pretty cool. Okay, so where is it? About us. About us. generate an about us page. We are a Drupal agency. All right. Still going, still going. It's saying, oh, okay, cool. Chuck that in. We're done. Easy. Easy, easy. Look at that. And what else do we have? Reformat. Oh, I think I played around with this reformat. This is great if you want to accidentally. Wait, what does that do? Does that fix up HTML? Reformat HTML. Oh, okay. So change. All right, all right. Let's test this out. Reformat. Oh, wait, can I? No. Reformat. Just going to go reformat. Oh, okay. So that just fixes. I see. So if I come along in here and have, say, let's just say I've got broken links. I've done a migration and stuff totally broken. Is this going to, well, let me just make sure. Yes, CKEditor. And let me see if CKEditor sorts that out for me. Yeah, see, it kind of cleans that out. Anyway, I think the formatting just helps you clean up content. Well, that's not bad, actually. But then if I, can I fix spelling? All right. You see, I think as a content creator, I'd probably do a lot of these things even before I get into Drupal. But hey, it's there. It is, it's pretty cool. Okay, where's the, well, let's go back to its configuration. Text formats, editors, configure. Okay, so from here, also let's take a look at some other editing stuff. We got linkit, which is great. So linkit is pretty useful. And we have media as well. And so that means we can upload images directly just by, well, clicking on Drupal media and uploading it, which is great. And if we come back here, I do believe with linkit, we can just select link and start typing the content. Well, where is it? And we can select it. There you go. So that is very useful. All right. Well, I've got nothing else. That's pretty much it. Any other questions before we finish up? How long have we been going for? No idea. Oh, an hour and 52 minutes. Oh, great. Oh, that's why this is a long stream. So that is Drupal CMS. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. Top picks, recommended add-ons. Yeah, where does this take us? Oh, it takes us to recipes. Come along here, case studies, SEO tools, and all that, all those goodies. All right. All right. Any other questions before we finish up? Oh, it stretched my back out. Oh, getting old. Can't sit for too long. My normal, was it Pomodoro, 25 minutes. Have to have a 5-minute break. Anyway. All right, let's leave it at that. All right, question. Good. Oh, good one. Okay. If needed to start a new Drupal site porting from an old one, would you use Core or CMS? That's a good question. At this point, I'd probably, if Drupal CMS has the functionality you are after, then I'll probably go with Drupal CMS. But I would like to see one thing I'm not 100% sure on is just how upgrades will work. So that's one thing I'm curious about, how that will work. That I don't know. And only time will tell. Luckily, I don't have to build a website tomorrow, but I'll be curious to see how that works. So when there is Drupal CMS version, what would it be? Is it going to be 1.0.1 or is it 1.1, 1.2, or 1.0.1 or 1.0.2? I don't know. Um, well, my understanding is yes, you can still upgrade it using Composer because it is Composer. So if you take a look at the Composer file, it is just using the Drupal dash core, Drupal slash core dash recommended. So it should work. But in practice, how does that exactly work? That's why I'll be curious to find out. So maybe, yeah, when 1.0.1 comes out, it will just update these and that's it. But I will be curious to see. Yeah, that's one thing I'd probably hold off. I don't know. It's, yeah, as I said, I don't have to build a website tomorrow, which is great. So, but I would be curious to see what that upgrade path looks like. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you. Well, let's just finish up. I will stay after, but let me just finish things up. Thank you so much for joining. If you want to learn more about Drupal, the older Drupal core, just head over to the WebWash channel on YouTube and you'll see a whole bunch of other live streams. I've got a whole bunch of them. And I also have webwash.net where I try and post up these live streams if I have time. Show notes of these live streams. I've been pretty terrible at doing that lately because I've just been trying to get out content. But you can learn about Drupal over at webwash.net, and I am in the process. I'm working pretty hard of actually getting all of these live streams cut up and uploaded ad free because on YouTube there are mid-roll ads. I'm trying to get them in a WebWash premium community where it will be a paid for community. All of the videos will still be for free on the YouTube channel, and there will be a weekly live stream going out for free on the weekly channel on the channel. Um, but I just want to try out something different and actually try and monetize some all the great, all the content that I've been putting out because I really do enjoy it. And I do think Drupal is on the cusp of something big. So yeah. And I do think, it's a good time to have a nice little community where you can ask questions, get help, and yeah, that's what I'm trying to build out right now, but I need to edit a lot of videos, so I'm in the process of doing that now. Anyway, that is it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. All right. That is it. That is it. Thank you all for joining. Hope everyone's Drupal CMS celebrations went well. Hope so. Hope so. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, all. See you all later or next week. There won't be a live stream later this week. This is it. I just wanted to capitalize on the whole Drupal CMS getting launched. And I thought, you know what? This week's live stream is going to be about this. Anyway, take care. Take care. All right. See you all later. Bye-bye. All right. See you all later.